Yins, I should know better than to make plans or say I'm going to do something and cross stitch. I should know better. Hey Yins, how you doing today? Welcome back. It's been a couple weeks, I know. Crazy, right? It has been, I missed last week and I didn't do Stitch With Me on Saturday. And so I decided to come, I didn't decide, I needed to film it again today. So I am back. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. I am Gerald, Ginger Gerald Stitcher. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see. If you are a returning viewer but you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you do so. And if you're a new viewer and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you like what you see. Wait till the end of the video, and if you like what you see and you want to return back, hit that subscribe button. Enough of the administrative stuff. I'm talking fast because I think I'm out of routine. And it's only been a week. And let me tell you, it's been a crazy 2 weeks because I should just not, I really should stop making plans or goals. I know better. I absolutely know better. And I'm sure you know by me saying that you know what's coming. But we'll get to that in a little bit. I hope you're all well. I'm doing pretty well today. Last week I didn't film because I was not feeling well. I was actually under the weather. I was having a little bit of that post-nasal drip, sore throat kind of thing going on. And so I just didn't film. I didn't really feel like talking. And so if I didn't have to talk, I didn't want to talk. So I decided not to film last week. And I kind of missed you guys. So I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you enjoy what I have to show you, or lack thereof, but we'll get there. Anyways, I have been hitting up the gym pretty much every day since in February. I've gone every day in February except for one, so I'm super excited about that. And I'm really pleased that I'm back in the routine of going to the gym. So that is one thing that's taking up a lot of time. I don't want to say a lot of time, but it is taking into digging into my crafting time. So I can blame that a little bit, but it's a worthwhile thing to do in order to lose out on some crafting. So, you know, and I've said this before on the channel, and I'm going to say it again. We do a hobby that is fairly sedentary. And so whenever I get into a routine or a rut of crafting a lot, cross-stitching or knitting, you don't really move a lot. I could sit on the couch for hours on end and not move all night. So it's important that I get up and move around. I do move around a lot at work, but whenever I come home, it's often I then sit and craft the rest of the night. So I have been back to the gym, and I've been going pretty regularly. And so that has been eating into my stitching and crafting time, but very worthwhile. So, you know, I highly encourage any of you who do a lot of sitting and couch potatoing like me, especially during the winter, to, you know, get up and move around. It has been, a crazy weather season here in New Jersey with ups and downs in temperatures. Today's a warm day. Tomorrow's going to be a cold day. So, what are you going to do? But at least I can go to the gym and do some cardio and weights. So I primarily do the treadmill and the stair climber, and then I'll throw in an occasional weight system here and there. But regardless, that's not what you want to come here for. So you are here for my crafting. And I have kind of gotten out of the cross stitch. I have not cross stitched much in the last 2 weeks. To be honest, I've only cross stitched one day in the last week. But I have been doing a lot of knitting in the last week. So I do have some knitting progress to show you. And let's start there with some knitting. So first off, I have 2 finishes to show you. They're small finishes. The first one is a dishcloth that I started at the beginning of the year, January-ish. And I used the Crafter Secret Cotton that I bought at Hobby Lobby that I wanted to give a try. So that's what it looks like. It's a yellow, gray, white. My colors, I love my yellows. So especially yellow and gray together. So this is a Crafter Secret 100% cotton. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. I wanted to give it a try. I've never used this brand before. It's pretty comparable to Knit Picks Vichy, in my opinion. It might be a little bit coarser or rougher, but it's pretty good. This is a 57-gram ball. And that's how much I have left. So I probably do not have enough to do another dishcloth. However, I definitely probably have another color that I can mix this with to get half a dishcloth out of. So without further ado, here is my finished dishcloth. So, and I'm really pleased with the variegation of the colors in this. It's very different. Very Steelers football. So I really like this color. And it's something that, I know they're dishcloths or face washcloths. I typically use them for, I guess you could call them doilies or, placemats that I put underneath my plants. Like this one. I could do this. Ta-da! And then that way my furniture doesn't get scratched up and I protect the furniture and I have a little bit of color underneath the pot on my furniture. So that's what I typically do with those kind of things that I make. I enjoy having them set around. I have a lot of them in my dining room area with my plants. Secondly, I finished another dishcloth. The only thing is I have not woven in the ends, but this is a Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton color. And there we go. Just a simple dishcloth. This is a solid color, solid variegated color. Solid mottled color, not variegated. And I just have to weave in those ends and I'm good to go. 2 dishcloths done in 2020. Then I have super duper been focused on trying to get my sweater done that I've been working on since March of 2019. So it's been almost a year. I'm talking a lot with my hands. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm working on Out of This Vintage Knits book by Rowan. Again, I think I showed this to you before. This is the sweater I'm working on. It's called the Jarrett. I am doing this with Holst Garn yarn. So it's a Holst garn, and all I have left to do is just 2 sleeves, put the sleeves onto the body, and then knit the neckline, collar line, whatever you want to call that. So I'm still working on the first sleeve. Oh, the color that I'm working with is Super Soft and Marlin. And I've gotten a bit more done on this sleeve. So I've gotten all of the increases on this sleeve done. It's knit flat and then you wrap it together and fold it. So I'm currently working on now just straight stockinette stitch up until I have long enough to make it a sleeve. So I haven't measured yet, but it's a little past elbow length. So that's pretty good. So there we go. Oh, it's pretty decently past elbow length. It's actually pretty good. So I have like that much to do. So slowly but surely it's coming along. I'm not a fan of knitting this way. I definitely like knitting my sleeves in the round much better, but that's not what this pattern calls for. So that's what I'm doing. And then on Super Bowl Sunday, I wanted something easy to work on when I went over to my friend's house so I could knit while we were watching the game and after dinner. So I decided to cast on a sock. I'm back to socks, people. So I had this sock completely done. This is the yarn that I bought up in Canada last June when I was visiting Caroline. This is a Lion brand, right here's the tag. Lion brand Sock Ease. And this is a 75-25? Yeah, 75% wool, 25% nylon. Lion brand yarn that I cast on for myself. So sock is completely done. I did this last fall. And so I decided that I was just gonna go ahead and start working on the second sock. So here is the ball of yarn I still have. This is still the first ball. So it's amazing how far this one ball is going. I have another ball still. One ball is, just so you guys have reference, one ball is 100 grams or 438 yards, 400 meters. And I'm about 3/4 of the way down the leg. 2/3, 3/4, something like that. So there we go. My sock. I knit my socks for my personal feet, the ones that I keep for myself. I knit on a 0 or a, what is it? It's a US 0, I know that much. 2 millimeter. So I knit them on a US 0 because I really like the texture and the fabric that it creates with the 0. Plus it fits better for the measurement that I need with the amount of stitches with a 0 than if I were to do it on a 1.5. Yes. So I've done the cuff. I've gone I know I'm over halfway done with the leg. So, and then I put in the afterthought heel, or the space for the afterthought heel, and then I work on the leg. So slowly but surely just working on this as I go. No huge hurry on getting this one done, but I'm enjoying the process and working on it when I'm just wanting to not stitch. not work on a complicated sweater pattern or anything like that. And I can just go round and round and round and round and round. So that's what I'm doing. So there is my knit. Excuse me again. That's my knitting progress for the week. 2 weeks. Move that over so I can make space for my stitching. Now, why 2 weeks ago did I say I wanted to have a goal for February? Why? Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? I don't know if that is the root cause of why I'm stopped stitching, or the fact that I didn't feel well last week, or I'm just kind of in a rut where I just don't want to stitch much right now. And I think we all go through that a little bit at times, but I should have never said that I wanted to get Lady of the Flag done this month, because I haven't touched it since. I have, but I worked on it for about a week, and then I was like, I'm done with this. Lady of the Flag, Mirabilia. What she will look like when she's done. I did do good progress. I'm not going to say I didn't do good progress. But when I make these plans and then I lose interest in stitching, and I don't know why I do this. It's not my type of stitching. I don't like plans. Here's my progress. So last time I showed it to you, I had the dress completely done. The entire dress was done, as well as the outline of a couple colors here in the head or the hair. And then after I filmed that night, I went ahead and I started working on the coloring in the flag. So if I remember correctly, I have all of the white done in the flag, except for a couple spots where the stars are in the blue. And I'm currently working on this dark red color, and I lost interest. But there it is. This is stitched on a 32 count dark sand even weave. Linen. It's a linen. Is it a linen or an even weave? No, it's an even weave. 32 count even weave, dark sand by XJ Designs. You can find her on Etsy. This is kind of a custom color for me, just because her dark sand is a little bit lighter than this, and I had her custom dye me a piece for this project. I am really pleased with this. It's just that because of it, I kind of lost my steam on stitching. I don't know. Finally, the only other thing I stitched on since the last time I filmed was my Prairie Schooler Blackwork Angels. I'm doing this entire set for myself this time. I'm doing DMC, so it's DMC 310. And instead of using the Krynic, I substituted the gold Krynic for 726 or 728, one of the golds. And I completely finished the one angel that I was working on. And there she is. So this is the first one done. 7 more to go. There is a mistake in here because I don't know why these super simple patterns, and I can't do it without having a mistake, and I wasn't going to go back and fix it. But, Excuse me, I'm talking so much it's hurting my throat. I don't know. I fudged it well enough that I don't think you can tell that there's a mistake. So, I know where it's at, but in due time, I will forget that there's a mistake in here. So, because it looks really good. So I use the DMC for the gold. I think it's 728, 726. It's 720 something. And there she is, number 1 done. 7 more to go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do them all the same way. And that's all the progress I have had in the last 2 weeks. So what am I going to do next? I don't know. I do not know what I'm going to do. It's a 4-day weekend coming up for me. I have Friday and Monday off for President's Day in the United States. I know Friday is technically Valentine's Day, so Valentine's Day comes before President's Day, but we get a 4-day weekend every year for President's Day off at my school. So it just happens to also fall on Valentine's Day this year. But Friday and Monday I will be off, so I will be home, hopefully crafting a lot. I don't know what I'm going to be working on. You'll have to tune in next week to find out, because I'm not going to make goals anymore, because that shoots me in the foot every time I do it. So, that's all I have for you people. I hope you enjoyed this. Excuse my coughing as I coughed the whole way through the video. I started talking and it started to itch my throat. So, with that being said, what am I looking for here? With that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'm hopefully going to be back on Saturday for a stitch with me. It might be a knitting video with me knitting while you guys stitch. I hope that's all right if that's what I decide to do, just because I'm not sure if I'm going to be in the mood to stitch this week. We'll have to wait and see. But I will hopefully have a video up on Saturday, a crafting of some kind of video while I sit and chat, hopefully not coughing through it. And I will be back on next week for another update. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Happy crafting. And I hope you get lots of progress done. And I hope I do too. And until then, don't forget to always be creative.